The Ghana Navy was officially birthed in July 1959 as the second arm of service of the Ghana Armed Forces through an Act of Parliament. The formation of the Ghana Navy dates back to the period of World War II when the British established the Gold Coast Naval Volunteer Force. The Gold Coast Naval Volunteer Force was to conduct seaward patrols in order to keep the coastal waters of the colony free from sea mines. On the attainment of independence in 1957, a new volunteer force known as the Naval Volunteer Force was organized with two divisions, one stationed in Accra whilst the other, the organic headquarters, was located in Takoradi. This volunteer force provided the first batch of ratings to form the nucleus of the present-day Ghana Navy. The Ghana Navy has since expanded with its headquarters at Bema Camp. The core mandate of the Ghana Navy is to defend Ghana against seaborne threats and to ensure the territorial integrity of the country's maritime boundaries. The specific role include, but not limited to, defense of Ghana against seaborne invasion, protecting Ghana against seaborne threats, protection of sea lines of communication, maintenance of maritime territorial integrity, undertaking anti-smuggling operations, protection of the fishing fleet, enforcement of fishing regulations, enforcement of laws of Ghana within territorial waters, preventing landing of saboteurs and infiltrators on Ghana's shore, conducting riverine operations, search and rescue of persons and vessels in distress and dawn aircraft, undertaking mercy missions, offering support to civilian organizations, and undertaking goodwill visits.
Welcome to the Naval Headquarters. Let's get on board.
Good morning. How are you? Very good.
The Naval Headquarters is where all policies are made. These policies are meant to direct the Navy achieve its mandate, which is to defend the country, deter any aggression from sea, and protect Ghana's sea lines of communication with its resources of the sea. The Navy is headed by the Chief of the Naval Staff. He is assisted by an array of staff officers, led by the Chief Staff Officer, who is also deputized by 4 Deputy Chief Staff Officers, heading their respective department. These departments are Naval Policy and Plans, Naval Operations and Training, Naval Administration, and Naval Logistics. Each of these departments have their supporting directors. In addition, each directorate is headed by a director and supported by deputy directors and assistant directors. To begin with, there are 4 directorates under the Department of Naval Policy and Plans. These directorates are Policy, Plans, Research and Development, and Hydrography. The Department of Naval Operation and Training have 4 directorates, namely Operations, Training, Intelligence, and Combat and Information Systems. The Department of Naval Administration has the largest number of directorates. These are Legal Affairs, Gender Affairs, Manpower, Religious Affairs, Public Relations, BAN, and Defense Civilian Staff. The Department of Naval Logistics has 3 directorates. These are Supply, Procurement, and Contracts Management and Technical. When the policies are rolled out at the headquarters, they are subsequently executed at the various commands. The Navy also have 6 commands. These are made up of 2 operational sea commands, a riverine command, the fleet, a training command, and a logistics command. The 2 sea operational commands are the Western Naval Command and the Eastern Naval Command. On the one hand, the Western Naval Command, the home of the Navy, with its headquarters in Sekondi, covers a geographical sea area between Newtown in the western region to Winneba in the central region and extends 200 nautical miles seaward. The command is also responsible for all strategic naval and national infrastructure activities and operations mandated by the CNS.
Welcome to the Eastern Naval Command, with its headquarters situated right here in Tema. This command exercises command and control over the geographical jurisdiction from Winneba in the central region to Aflao in the Volta region and extending 200 nautical miles seaward. Please, let's get on board.
The command is also responsible for all strategic and national infrastructure activities and operations mandated by the CNS. Meanwhile, the Riverine Command is operationally responsible for all the inland rivers, lakes, and navigable waters. In addition, the command is responsible for all strategic naval and national infrastructure activities and operations mandated by the Chief of the Naval Staff. Most of the activities undertaken by these three commands are only achieved through the platforms which comes from the fleet. Currently, the Navy has in its inventory different types of ships and boats which are used extensively to conduct operations within Ghana's sea and river bodies. In order to perform these duties, one of the cardinal functions is training. The Ghana Navy has a training command at Notekpo. There are several schools which comes under the training command. These include the Navy Recruit Training School, the Leadership Training School, School of Marine Engineering and Combat Systems, School of Maritime Operations and Supply Application School. It is worth to note that all the commands aforementioned cannot operate without adequate logistics. Therefore, the Navy has a Logistics Command headquarters. This headquarters is responsible for ensuring that all the logistics needs of the Navy are adequately catered for. Finally, the Ghana Navy can boast of a Special Boat Squadron (SBS). The SBS is a Special Operation Force which is responsible for conducting a high-end specialized operations at sea, ashore, and inland waters. Since its formation, the Ghana Navy has chalked significant successes. Some of these successes include providing security at Ghana's oil field, the monitoring, control, and surveillance of fishing activities in the exclusive economic zone by effecting several arrests of defaulting local and foreign registered fishing vessels, minimizing criminal activities such as piracy, armed robbery at sea, smuggling of illicit drugs, stowaways, human trafficking, and other dissident activities, undertaking disaster and humanitarian relief operations, search and rescue missions, and other mercy missions at sea, active participation in peace support operations in West Africa's sub-region by regular supplying Ghana's ECOMOG contingents, the evacuation of stranded Ghanaians and other nationals from Nigeria in 1983, Liberia 1990, and Equatorial Guinea 2004. Ensure maritime presence in the waters of Liberia and Sierra Leone, and the delivery of naval gunfire support during the crisis in these countries. Assisting civil authority such as the Ghana Police, Ghana Maritime Authority, the Volta River Authority, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, the Electoral Commission, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, West African Gas Pipeline Company, and Environmental Protection Authority, among others. The Ghana Navy is ever ready, willing, and able to prosecute its assigned duties.
Arise, Ghana Navy. Arise, Ghana Navy. We will fear no foe. With God on our side, oh, we will shout victory. Ghana Navy, fear no storm. Ever ready, ever sure. We are ever faithful, we are dependable. Ghana Navy, fear no storm. We are ever faithful, we are dependable. Ghana Navy, fear no storm.